A brief account on the life of Russell Sage, published in 1909. Russell Sage was born at Shenandoah, New York, August 4th, 1816. 2 years later, his parents moved to Durhamville. When 12 years old, he was an errand boy in his brother's grocery store, and at the age of 21, he went into partnership with another brother in the retail grocery business at Troy, New York. In 1839, the store was converted into a wholesale house and was owned by Russell Sage and John W. Bates. Mr. Sage became interested in politics and was elected alderman of Troy and later county treasurer. As the Whig candidate for Congress in 1850, he was defeated, but was elected at the next election and served from 1853 to 1857. At the close of his congressional career, during which time he became a friend of Jay Gould, he became engaged in financial matters and in 1863 opened a broker's office in Wall Street and began dealing in railroad stocks and bonds. His keen foresight and absolute honesty nonplussed his adversaries in the market, and in a very few years he had amassed a fortune estimated at from $50 million to $100 million. Mr. Sage has been called penurious and even stingy. He was careful of his money, always exacted the last penny, and always gave it. He has been known to eat a 15-cent lunch and give a quarter to a newsboy for his afternoon paper. Like George W. Childs, he had a horror of waste, and his charities always went to the most needy places. He was unostentatious, and while giving much toward good causes, his benefactors were often anonymous. His enormous fortune was left in care of his wife and is being distributed by her in a most careful and effective manner. Among Mr. Sage's gifts might be mentioned a dormitory for the Troy Female Seminary, which cost $250,000. His wife was Miss Wayne, and his second wife, Miss Olivia Slocum. Mr. Sage was one of those wholesome people whose money does not pervert his ideas, and his life was almost a perfect one. No scandal ever attached to his name, and no one ever accused him of a sharp trick or a dishonest act. He was familiarly known to all as Uncle Russell, which suggests the warm place he held in the hearts of many men. He died at his New York home in 1906, and since his death, Mrs. Sage has been busy in the distribution of his wealth, $1 million of which went to the Emma Willard Seminary, $150,000 to a sailor's home, $350,000 to the New York YMCA, and $10 million to a fund for general philanthropic work.